we are about to plunge into the depths of a conspiracy. One that has been well over a decade in the making. For those of you who are not overly familiar with my YouTube channel, I would like to reassure you that this is not in fact my actual speaking voice. It is merely a stupid bit that I am doing. For years, philosophers have debated the sage-old question. Which Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, or other such related establishments associated with the Fazbear brand, is the best? I hope you're prepared, because once we're in, you may find it isn't so easy to find your way out. Oh boy! Well, would you look at that? The Earth's axis is making nighttime happen a lot sooner. I've been coughing like General Grievous for the past 3 weeks, and everything is slowly turning orange. So that could only mean one thing. It's time for some spooks! And I thought, hey, what's scarier than architecture? And like, Freddy Fazbear. So, 1 year ago... 1 year? I'm getting old.
Too old!
The FNaF movie, after, like, a decade, more or less, but still, you get the point. You were there. The FNaF movie finally released, and at least aesthetically, in the visual department, say what you will about Steve Raglan.
Yeah.
It looks really good. I mean, I have to give major props to Blumhouse, to Jim Henson's Creature Shop, to the whole set design in general. The movie looks amazing. But, this did get me thinking. You know, this movie pizzeria set looks considerably different from the ones in the games. So it kind of makes you ask, how realistic could the places from the games be anyway? I mean, it's not like Scott Cawthon is like a pizzeria manager in real life. Or an architect, or whoever the fuck would know how to build one of these places. So I've taken it upon myself, cause I'm an idiot, to take you upon yourself, because you're bored, I imagine, or just like procrastinating, which, hey, I don't care. Keep giving me your watch time. To go through the original 6 games, not Ultimate Custom Night, because obviously not. Help wanted. How would I even do that? Not the Mega Pizzaplex, because I don't want to fucking lose my marbles. You could fit a small town in there. And let's do what any good fan of this franchise does best. Completely overanalyze inconsequential details. And you know what? Let's make things interesting here, alright? How about we rate each pizzeria, or establishment, or house, we'll get there, you'll see, based on the Pizzeria Simulator stats. So you got entertainment, the other ones, I don't fucking remember. I don't have them here, but there's entertainment, bonus revenue, liability risk, health and safety, atmosphere, and a new category I'm adding called practicality. Practicality? Which basically just rates how much I think the place could actually be built in real life and sustain as a real functioning establishment of whatever kind. My computer keeps fucking turning off and it's ruining my lighting. And you know what, let's spice things up a bit. I can't exactly convey all of the information I'm trying to convey right here. Isn't that right, Freddy Fazbear?
Every day I feel as if I am dying. It's so cold, the torment never ceases, and the pain is unending.
He is a gem. So how about instead we move to my basement where I have a whiteboard set up. Okay. And by set up, I mean, wasn't set up at all whatsoever. What are you talking about? Don't. Not like this. Yeah. Why am I doing this? Why can't I be like a normal person instead of this shit? That was not the magnetic side. Why is it what kind of moron puts the fucking one end of the magnetic side and puts the other end like that? Me, that's the kind of moron. And it's upside down. This whole operation is crumbling before my eyes. Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's 1.
We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us.
So, if we're being perfectly honest, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is probably the most coherent of the pizzeria type establishments in the whole series. I mean, we got everything. We got the dining area, the backstage, 2 big hallways. What more do you want? I'll tell you what more do you want. How the fuck do you get in or out? You see, if you look at my board here, which I know it's very easy to, what with the big glaring fluorescent light that I cannot fix. You know, what with me being in my basement and all. And also, if you could see how this is completely scuffed because this drawing has been here for 3 days. This is a perilous job. This isn't a job. This is a fucking torture. This is self-inflicted torture. Cruel and unusual punishment. Should be making YouTube videos. So tell me, if you can, if you will, where the entrance or exit is in this building. Because I couldn't tell you. It's not in either of these hallways here. That's for sure. We see the corners of them. It's not at the end of this hallway because that is a fucking wall. And it's not here because this is a safe room.
Whoa, 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 hey.
My best guess, if I had to guess, if this was a situation where I needed to guess, is that it would either be right here or right here. Because those two places are the only places we don't really get to see on the cameras and where it would make any logical sense. But even then, in the FNaF 3 minigame, is nothing. You're in a box. There's nowhere to run. So what does that mean? That means that that is lowering the practicality. Statistic, number, level. Can you tell I thought this out? Okay, so there's no way to get in or out. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll just have to build the building around people and seal them in there forever. But hey, maybe the people that are sealed inside forever can have a good time. Let's talk about the entertainment value. So, about the entertainment value, yeah, it's not looking good. So you have the stage, you got Freddy, you got Bonnie, you got Chica, you got that fucking infernal cupcake.
More peace!
You got the Pirate Cove, which is out of order, but who gives a shit, right? I mean, we're Fazbear Entertainment. Do you know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do you think I give a shit about fucking health and safety, big hook, stabbing the children, stabbing little kid Jason in the silver eye? You think I care about this? This is America. This is the fucking land of the free, goddammit. Fazbear Entertainment will do whatever the fuck they want. God bless them. Although I will say, you have to keep in mind that there is a big nostalgia draw, I feel, from this establishment, because this is later in the timeline. Because we are factoring in the timeline. We're not factoring in the dead robot children. It makes sense if you don't think about it. So please do not think about it at all, or I will put scorpions in your pillow. It's really just the Fazbear brand. It's the... think of all of those millennials, you know? Think of all those people that grew up going to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza when they were younger, having fond memories as a child, not being old enough to know at any sort of capacity with the terrible tragedies that occurred. And now those people are young adults and they see Freddy Fazbear and they want to recapture that childhood essence. They bring their lads, they bring the fellas, they go out for a night of rough housing, and they go on down to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and they see Freddy Bonnie Chica up there, and they I don't fucking know, man. I'm gonna kill myself. On that note, I would also like to point out that there's no windows in here, because and that brings us to atmosphere, because I feel like this place, okay, it looks pretty shit, but keep in mind, the place is like run down and old and closed when we see it looking really shit. So let's try to imagine it without all of the like gunk smeared all over the wall, or agony, or William Afton's secret venom sauce or whatever. If you look at it through that lens, this place could have a very warm atmosphere, you know? Almost like a cozy feel. Again, trying to kind of play into that nostalgia factor, to suck the people's money out of their pockets, because we know that they like things that they liked in the past, and originality is dead. That being said, what's with that? Huh? What's with this? What's with these? You wanna elaborate? Why is there two giant hallways? Giant hallways accessible to basically anybody who wants to wander down them. Explain that to me. These hallways do not need to be accessible. Put doors there. Better yet, put a door here and get rid of this fucking hallway. This hallway does not need to exist for any reason whatsoever. It's especially weird because the backstage has a door, but these hallways don't. Like, you can lock this. You can't lock these. Say somebody does bring their children through here. Why is little Timmy gonna be able to careen straight down this giant hallway and look through the window and freak the fuck out of Phil? I'm gonna leave this right here so that everyone can see my turmoil. No, I'm not. That's right in the middle of everything. I can't win. You hear that? That's my heater. Life is a journey, you know? Life is just one of those journeys that, who gives a shit? The show must go on, as I always say. Ignore the giant, loud, obnoxious wah. Oh yeah, and those doors. They make no sense. Am I right, fellas? Haha. Everyone and their mother has talked about that, so I'm gonna move on. So, atmosphere, health and safety, entertainment, revenue, risk, and practicality. For atmosphere, I'm going to go ahead and give this place a strong 8. I feel like the kind of homey, it does the job for this place. I think it works well enough, and it would be able to hold up for at least a little while it remains open. So like for a couple weeks, I guess. For health and safety, I'm giving it a straight up 5. There's no real like strong safety measures in place for any particular kind of things, but there's nothing offensive here either, so it's a 5. Entertainment, I'm gonna say 6. I mean, hey, if you go here with the boys and you shoot the shit, you get some mug root beer, you watch the animatromos go like, what? You know, I think it's a good time. But there's not like a ton to do once the novelty wears off, so I'm gonna say it's a 6. Bonus revenue, forget about it. This place has nothing. Shut the fuck up and never talk to me again. Risk, -2. It's, I mean, like, exposed wire, not great, but also put duct tape over it. And for practicality, I'm gonna say 7, alright? Because at the end of the day, there's not a clear entrance. You might be sealed on the inside or out, but if you're inside, it's a sustainable place. It's got a kitchen. That's more than you can say for some other kind of establishments. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Alright, sports fans, if you're keeping track of the scoreboard at home, you can see that we're on our way to something. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm never gonna talk again. But I'm not gonna be adding up the total FAS rating just yet. I'm gonna save that till the end, till we do all of them, and we can do the big reveal. Because there needs to be a big reveal. Because I don't fucking know. Shut up. This is my YouTube channel. I do what I want. I'm being very aggressive today. I'm sorry. Hey. I realize I can be a bit overbearing sometimes, alright? And I know that's not what you want to hear. No, I need you to listen to me, alright? Just know that at the end... Get this stupid shit out. Finally, it stopped! Jesus Christ, that was pissing me off. Is this video worth it? Who knows? Alright, so now that you kind of have an idea of how I'm gonna go about rating them, we can move on to something maybe a little bit more interesting. FNaF 2.
The animatronics are known to bug out. Isn't that enough reason to get the f*** out?
This somehow looks even more scuffed than the other one. Okay, so where do I even start with FNaF 2? Well, I guess I could start where I started before, being I still don't know where the entrance is. However, I feel like with here, it's a lot easier, considering this big-ass area over here, we only get to see this corner of it, the stage, and this here, which means the entrance is almost certainly right there. As for practicality, I think this place... Oh, this place reeks, man. This place is almost certainly designed for small children, right? So I feel like the lack of windows here is less so to maintain the atmosphere and more so for the gambling effect, where you can't really tell how much time is passing, and so you stay there a lot longer than you intend to, and your life is whittled away every passing second as you get lost in Freddy Fazbear's mind control. I'm running out of water, but I have this this Five Nights at Freddy's pet, like, pizza Pez thing. Look at that. Can we focus on that, please? Oh, dusty. I'm gonna eat these because I have no self-respect left. There also doesn't appear to be any fucking kitchen in this place, which is real nice. Where the hell is this food coming from? I don't want to know. Oh yeah, you can rent out private parties here, which is really great for the entertainment value. Not so great for the practicality value, though, because you have to walk down this big hallway past the parts and service room with all of the decrepit nightmare creatures. You'll also have to walk down this big hallway and have your immersion completely shattered by the security guard sitting in a big-ass office at the end of the hallway. Not to mention, 2 of these party rooms come complete with a giant air duct that a giant robot can crawl through, let alone a child. So, how's that for health and safety? Now, all of that being said, this place is the fucking bomb. I mean, we're clearly appealing to the more younger generation here. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, never heard of them. We got Twink, Thought, and Queso. Running amok, having a good time. Tell me that doesn't sound like a great time. You can't. Fazbear Entertainment implanted chips into your food, into your baby formula when you were little. And so it's in here. They're already inside your mind. They're making you see things right now. That's William Afton's tricks. He's using sound illusion discs to make you hallucinate this YouTube video. Get out while you still can. You should have taken the red pill. Now you're stuck with me forever, eating Freddy Fazbear Pez in my basement.
Living in my basement?
This place also has tremendous bonus revenue. It's a good time. There's a prize counter that's gonna encourage kids to keep coming back, keep spending in the arcade to win some shitty ass prizes that are worth 20 bucks on Gumtree. You can buy that Freddy Fazbear plush for 6 cents on the Facebook Marketplace. It's 1 million Faz token tickets in here. And if they don't pay up, that scary ass puppet's gonna come out of that box and fucking decapitate them or something, I don't know. Atmosphere, I'm gonna give it a 9, contrary to what you may think. It's a fun place. If I was a kid, I would go here. They got all my favorite things. Bright colors, furries. Health and safety, I'm actually giving a 9. You see, the thing about these toy animatronics is that they have an advanced criminal database because Henry was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna create the most impressive technology in the world of robotics in the 80s, and I'm going to not give it to the military and make a fortune, because that's just what you do when you're depressed. Entertainment, oh boy, that's a big ol' 8. It's looking pretty good for FNaF 2. Bonus revenue, that's a big ol' 8. Oh, but don't look now, sports fans, because we're at the liability risk. And let me tell you, this place is a goddamn death trap. 2 giant air ducts easily accessible to children all the time. The animatronics are allowed to walk around during the day, which, even if they're not possessed by dead children, they have an advanced criminal database. These things could potentially malfunction and pose a real threat, and what are human beings supposed to do to stop it? Fucking nothing. These guys could throw metal tables around. Oh, and not even mentioning the big liability going on in Kids Cove. Are you shitting me? You're letting kids get all up in there and mangle? Mangle's got a bunch of sparking wires. It's highly unstable. It's making those horrible noises. I'm out of Pez. I'm sad now. So Risk, unfortunately, is going to be a crippling -8. And Practicality, that shit's a 3. So FNaF 2 started out strong, ended on a bit of a whimper. Let's see what waits for us in, oh boy, FNaF 3. It's gonna get green.
The Psychology of William Afton. I have a PhD in psychology.
Base contacted us, saying they spotted some animatronics.
I'm just, I'm looking at my wall. You ever just, like, look at your wall and just see that place where you threw a bunch of eggs at the wall because you thought it was funny? Why'd I do that? We'll never know. We'll never really be able to know, will we? FNaF 3! I found a chair, so that's pretty helpful. Kinda makes me feel like a moron for not doing that before. I'm a moron. So FNaF 3 is a little different than FNaF 1 and 2, obviously. Especially in setting. FNaF 3 doesn't necessarily take place in a pizzeria, it's actually a horror attraction. And that's horror, okay? Don't get me mistaken. This isn't adult theory. Sorry, Kane Carter.
You know, I'm not religious, but like if there was a hell, Kane Carter will burn for eternity. Like.
So this building, as you can see, is quite a bit smaller than the other two. If I could not be, like, literally barely in frame, that'd be nice. But the thing about this place is that it's allowed to look creepy as hell, because that's what it's going for. It's pandering toward people who want to go someplace creepy as hell. Like, let's say those children who went to FNaF 2, got older and nostalgic, and went to FNaF 3, are now, I guess, old men, withered old men and women and anything in between. They're the people that are gonna go here. They're gonna be like, hey, can we get in? And they're gonna be like, you're too old. And they're gonna be like, shut up, Foodball Joe, I hate you. They're gonna kill them with their mind. And they're gonna go in anyway. Another big plus about this place is that there's 2 exits. Fucking finally. People walk in from the opposite end of the building, they work their way toward you, past you, then out the exit. There's plenty of pretty cool stuff here, like pieces of the animatronics taken straight out of the pizzeria, so that'll get those fucking nerds. There's things like the flickering lights and the faulty equipment and the just overall bad odor of the place, which is 100% health and safety violation, but atmosphere. There's also giant air ducts everywhere, so the fact that the ventilation can just go off and you can just start losing oxygen at a moment's notice, maybe not a good sign. And the fact that it's so potent that you start hallucinating actual horrors from beyond your comprehension is also not good. That being said, this place has amazing entertainment. Are you kidding me? Have you seen this place? It's fucking looks like it's about to blow up, because it is about to blow up. But like, that's pretty good. You telling me you wouldn't come in here with like your senile old neighbor Richard, who you hate, and you're gonna be like, hey Rich, let's go hang out at Fazbear's Frights, and he'll be like, oh man, I love Freddy Fazbear. I used to walk down to Freddy Fazbear's for miles. And you would be like, it's nice, Rich. Son of a bitch, I fucking hate you. And then he goes in there and he gets killed by Springtrap. Or like he just like has a heart attack. Or he just like falls apart because you like push him over and he shatters because he's 109. I need to stop making this so detailed and vivid. It's gonna make people think I have a vendetta against some old guy named Richard. I don't. I have a vendetta against some young guy named Richard. I'm coming for your ass, Richard, you fucking piece of shit. I hope you burn in hell. You see that? There they go again. Let's talk about it. I know you want to talk about it. I know you also want to talk about my hair that's doing this stupid shit. But don't talk about that, because I'm going to fix it in a moment. We're going to talk about Springtrap first, though. Listen, alright? I don't count. I wasn't counting for the dead children, right? I was not accounting for the dead children before. Which means I'm not accounting for the very angry serial killer that's gonna be loose in this building, alright? Like, let's say William Afton died in Springtrap. He just died, okay? His remnant, it fucking evaporated. It went into the sky, and it contributed to climate change, which isn't good. But like, that's like a long-term thing. In the short term, we're fine now. So they open him up. They don't open him up. That's not right. They ask consent before you do that. But they open up the fucking room, and they go in there, and they find him sitting on the ground, and they're like, yo, wow, this guy looks creepy. Let's put him in the back of the U-Haul, and let's take him over to the place, and we're gonna just stick him in there. Because that's what you do, I guess, if you're a sick bastard. So what does that mean for FNaF 3? It means nothing. It means that old Fazbear's Fright gets a 10 on atmosphere. This place is fucking terrifying, and it's the perfect thing to suck the money out of the pockets of some idiots on Halloween night who are too drunk and are making very poor choices. Health and safety, 4. Are you kidding me? Everything breaks every 5 minutes just on its own, and the place got set on fire, so what should that tell you? Entertainment, 8. Looks like a fun time to me, I mean. Bonus revenue, I'll say 4. There's some old arcade machines that they call up some idiot and say, hey, fix this shit, and he'll be like, yeah, whatever, and they'll fix it, and then, I don't know, that one piece of shit who, like, lies about getting the high scores on games can come in and be like, I got the world record for hefting with helpules. We'll all be like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. I hope you die in a fire. Risk, -8. Need I elaborate? Although for practicality, I'm gonna say 9, because everything about this place seems like it could be very believable. Including the fact that it's held together by duct tape, hopes and dreams, and maybe a little bit of sweat. So far, Fazbear's Frights, despite the fact that it may not be the most secure place to be in the known human world, it is probably a good time, and logically makes a lot of sense to exist. There's no glaring problems in terms of how realistic could be. I feel like we could build this place if we really put our heads together. Unfortunately, the deadline 2023 has already passed, so we fucked up again. We can't even doom ourselves correctly. Are you kidding me? I hate being a human. But I'm sure you're all wondering, hey Max, you idiot, I hate you. And also, how are you gonna do FNaF 4? Well, let's just say, I have no idea.
Would you go, all of you? Would you just go? I don't want to see any of you near my house! So go!
So, I guess I'm just gonna rate how good of a house this is. I think it's got a 10 on atmosphere. I really like, I like how much it, looks like Scott Cawthon modeled it. It's got a nice wallpaper. I think if you turn on all the lights, it would feel warm and fuzzy, you know? I like that ceiling. That's a unique ceiling. It looks like diorite. The carpet looks nice. That looks comfortable. Lots of fun little knickknacks and doodads on the ground. I'm sure if I was a fucking child, I would love that. Or I wouldn't, I don't know. I liked playing with Spider-Man toys when I was a kid, so who fucking knows, man. I guess we'll add a new category, interior design. 8, I don't know. I like where everything's placed. I like the placement of the wardrobes and the lamp and practicality. Oh, there's a good one. Fucking 3. Who in the fucking world builds a house and makes 2 giant long hallways leading to 1 bedroom? Why? That is a more baffling decision than the 2 hallways in FNaF 1. Why is there 2 hallways leading to 1 bedroom? Fuck that. That shit is idiotic. Kitchen. There's a kitchen up there, but I don't know what the fuck else is going on. Is it just this? Is it just a bridge and that's it? Are these individual rooms? If those are individual rooms, then I'm gonna fucking set somebody on fire. I can feel Frank Lloyd Wright just rolling in his fucking grave right now. So I guess this is out of 30 points. because there was 3 categories. So overall, I think it's doing pretty good. Oh wait, never mind. You live with William Afton as a father. Yeah, that's -9 on risk.
I used to be a star!
Oh boy, sister location. Where the hell do I even begin? Here we are in William Afton's subterranean bunker. And here people thought I was crazy for digging a subterranean tunnel system for easy access to every state in the country. Still not as weird as William. What's with this? Why's he got robot wife? I don't get it. What's the deal with this guy? Robot son, robot wife, robot daughter, robot in other son, inside other son. What is this? Some kind of robot house?
Robot house!
Okay, so this place is, I don't know if you've noticed, obviously not a pizzeria. So instead of rating this on how good a customer's experience may be, we're gonna be rating it based on how good an employee's experience working here might be. Oh boy, it's not good, is it? So the categories for sister location are gonna be atmosphere, health and safety, comfortability, how comfortable the environment is here, risk, practicality, and my personal favorite, how fucking worth it is this, actually? Well, let's start at the entrance, seeing as how this, again, like FNaF 3, is one of the few to actually have one labeled. There's an elevator that you take to descend into this madness, one that, hey, might be behind William Afton's bookshelf. Don't look at me. I think this is from something Fazbear's Frights, because I refuse to read those fucking books. I don't want to. It used to be so good. You had the games, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there was Silver Eyes. Silver Eyes was good. There was Sister Location, Twisted Ones. Twisted Ones was not as good, but you know, I still read it because I'm a weasel. And then there was a Pizzeria Sim, and then there was Custom Night, and Fourth Closet, and that was good. We had a good thing going, you stupid son of a bitch. We had the games, we had the novel trilogy, and the whole thing ran like clockwork. But no, you just had to blow it all up. You and your Pizzaplex and your Stitch Raid. You could have shut up, made Golden Freddy Cassidy, and we'd all be fine right now. Where was I? Oh yeah, the elevator. So you get in the elevator, it's fun, it's nice. We don't really care right now, okay? Because you gotta crawl through vents. Like, imagine how terrifying that would be. To know that the only thing stopping you from getting crushed by cobbled stone is like a spindly little sheet of metal. I don't want to feel like Saddam Hussein every time I'm going into work. Then there's Valora Gallery, and then there's the breaker room, which for some reason they decided was a good place to throw the actual crackhead animatronic in. Yes, let's leave that guy in the room with the sparking wires. Let's leave that guy in the room where one wrong step could cut the oxygen supply to the entire facility. That sounds like a great place for him to go. So, let's talk about atmosphere. 1. Okay, let's talk about health and safety. 1. Okay. For comfortability, we're gonna give it a solid 4, because Jesus Christ, this place seems like a nightmare for anybody who's claustrophobic. But no, there's claustrophobia, and then there's just torture. Alright, well, so far, all of these categories, even the one I came up with, are pretty boring, because yeah, this place sucks. It was fucking built by this guy. You really gonna trust this guy with your workplace conditions? He's a fucking psychopath. So let's talk about something more interesting. How worth it is this shit actually? And I know what you're immediately thinking. Hell no. But hear me out. So obviously William Afton was building these animatronics to be delivered to birthday parties and just grab children. Because remnant, woo. But let's say that that's not the reason why they were built, and that's not the reason why this was happening. Would working on these animatronics and maintaining them in this subterranean nightmare bunker actually be worth all the trouble to ship these robots out to birthday parties to perform there and make big Baduku dollars? Kinda. I mean, sure, the actual place itself fucking sucks. I would not want to be there ever in my lifetime. But, you know, there's people who go build skyscrapers on, like, 2 suspension cables. So, I mean, there's a market for people who are actually clinically mad. Plus, I know you have to be making a huge amount of money if you're renting these robots out to people. How much do you think one birthday costs? Probably a shit ton. And I know there's people who would pay for that. Especially Ballora. I don't fucking know. 7. Give them something. I mean, come on. They're struggling here. You see the numbers. You can see where this is going. And last but not least, practicality. 0. This is a subterranean bunker under a child murderer's house.
Lefty is $5! You guys seeing this shit?
And last, I don't have water. Shit! And last, but certainly, I don't fucking know. Pizzeria Simulator! Finally, another pizzeria. Jesus Christ, I was really starting to get tired of making up categories. So I know what you're wondering. Are you stupid? Yes. But aha! You're forgetting something. We know for sure that Michael Afton had to buy the max floor plan, carnival hoops, colorful cups and plates, the star curtain set, the deluxe stage, and Candy Cadet during his time working at the pizza manager, pizza deluxe party package pizza. Plus, we're rating all of these things very differently from Scott Cawthon's evil algorithm he put in the game to rate things. So let's just have some fun, all right? Come on, let's just have some fun. Let's just have a good time. I just want to have a good time, guys. Let's just have some fun. I mean, I just want to have some fun. I just want to have a good time. Alright, so let's go off the basic assumption that there's animatronics on every single stage. Let's just say, least case scenario, it's Trash in the Gang. Hell yeah. That's 5 whole animatronics on stage at once. You know how much entertainment you can get out of that? What if they don't do anything or look like shit? So what? I have carnival hoops. That's bonus revenue. Right there. So, what's going on here? What's with this? With these? Is this above this? What's the deal? Is it like above it all? Is it below it? Is it underground kind of? Like is this underground? Is this underground? Is this like, is it all on the same, is this surrounding it? Can they get in or out? Is the FNaF 1 Schrodinger's Pizzeria? Schrodinger's Afton? I don't fucking know. I don't really know. I don't really care either. I'm done with that stupid shit. So for atmosphere, I'm giving it a middle of the road 5 because It looks alright. Health and safety 4. This is starting to sound a lot like FNaF 1, actually. Entertainment 7. There's some fun stuff there. Bonus revenue 8 because Carnival Hoops. And who could forget Andy Cadet? He sure is there. The liability risk, we're gonna go with -4. There's a good chance he bought Helpy Lefty. Good chance he bought Lefty. I'm losing it. I'm losing it in real time. I'm deteriorating with each passing second. Practicality 5. I guess that was it. That was that felt underwhelming. I guess let's go to the results.
Hey!
Welcome back. Good to have you back up here. I hope, Basement Max wasn't too much for you. I mean, I know he can be a little bit of more of a bitter, hateful soul than I, but, whatever. I don't feed him. That might be part of the problem. So, the results are in. Listen to me, trying to make this shit sound more profound. I have here a piece of paper. You're probably wondering the same question I'm wondering. Which Freddy Fazbear's establishment ranked the highest? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Hold your fucking horses! We'll get there, alright? Let's start with sort of something to ease us into here. FNaF 4. That one was weird. And unlike all the other ones, the FNaF 4 house had the potential to earn 30 points. And what did it get? 12. It got 12 out of 30. A bit of a rough start, for sure. But hey, nowhere to go but up, right? Maybe. So before we can get to the establishment with the highest Faz rating, the creme de la creme, the quam de la qua, the de la qua. Before we can get to the best one, let's start with the worst one. Which establishment had the smallest? Which establishment had the lowest Faz rating? It is, drumroll please. You like that? I stole that sound effect from Bill's channel, real or fake. FNaF sister location with 3 points. Holy shit. 3 points. Sister location got 3 fucking points. What do you think of that, Freddy Fazbear?
My execution is in 3 days. The moon landing was filmed in Kentucky.
I don't think we should console him anymore, actually. Leave the demon to his demons, as my good old pal Old Man Consequences used to say. Alright, well, thankfully, the second lowest Faz rating here is significantly higher than a pitiful 3. It is, drumroll please! Alright, this is exhausting. It's FNaF 1, with a Faz rating of 24. Certainly a lot better than 3, but, it's kind of like comparing some toilet water to battery acid. Alright, well, beating FNaF 1 by a resounding 1 point is Pizzeria Simulator. Just goes to show that my rating system sucks. Can I ask why you're still watching this? Alright, coming in second place, don't look now. TV is taking the liberty of censoring Freddy, I guess. Good on them. Oh, he's back! Coming in second place, it's the one, the only, Fazbear's Fright from FNaF 3. With a whopping Faz rating of 27. Whoa! Oh my god! Wow! just goes to show. Color green, pretty good. And for those of you keeping track at home, you can probably see where this is going, so no need to build up suspense or anything. Yes, with a FAS rating of 29, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the most it's the best one, I guess. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the best game. That is definitely not true. Okay, can you stop teaching? Yes, I get that. Alright, whatever. Ruining my video. Microsoft, ruining my video! Always getting in my way! They cost me my job, my reputation. So I guess realism really doesn't matter. Anyway, the main takeaway from this shouldn't be that realism matters when it comes to things like video games and pizzerias and video games and their layouts, because FNaF 2 doesn't even have an entrance or a kitchen or take it away, Gabe Newell.
That's not realistic. And you're like, okay, what does that have to, like, explain to me why that's interesting, because in the real world, I have to write up lists of stuff I have to go to the grocery store to buy. And I've never thought to myself that realism is fun. I go play games to have fun.
Well said. I could have said that. I chose not to. That's what happened. Anyway, the real takeaway here is that these places fucking suck. The highest performing establishment had a FAS rating of 29 out of a potential 50. Henry, man, you gotta find a different business partner, because clearly William sucks. Does he even know what a number is? You know, call me crazy, Henry, but I'm getting the sense that this William guy is bad news. I mean, I don't know, it's just me. Me. Anyway, so my big ass monitor's in the way. Anyway, so there you have it, fellas. The complete list. Every Fazbear establishment ranked from worst to best. Throw FNaF 4 in there for extra credit. They all suck anyway. What do you think, huh? Do you agree with my takes? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm a huge asshole and I should be burned at the stake in the town square for all to see? Do you think I should be hung publicly in the square? Do you think they should tar and feather me and then strap me to a Macy's Day Parade and gallivant through the fucking street? Let me know in the comments, you know? That's what they're there for. Can't dislike the video anymore, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah. Happy Halloween! Well, there you have it. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But a hollow shell of what it claims to be. The Fazbear brand has long tried to hide its less than mediocre history, but now you know the truth. Of course, there's still the lingering matter of witnesses. I'm sure you'd understand how detrimental it would be if word were to ever spread. Oh, don't worry. You won't die. But you'll never be the same.